Okay, here's the backstory on the fuel tank and the sending unit. So I'm driving down the interstate, hear a thud, didn't think nothing of it, garbage trash on the highway. Get home, park the truck, come out later, and there's a drip underneath the back end of the fuel tank. So what had happened was something kicked up, hit the fuel tank, put about a 1-inch crack, real fine crack in the bottom of the tank, and she was leaking. So first thing I do is head on over to AutoZone, get some JB Weld tank repair, and slap that putty up onto there. It held for about 2 weeks. Did it again, held another 2 weeks, and I was like, well, time for a new tank. So order up a tank off of Amazon, swap it out. Big pain in the butt. This is a 86, almost 30-year-old truck, so first time the tank's been off. So of course had to change all the lines, all the soft lines. It was just soak everything down for all the nuts and bolts. Pain in the butt. Taking off the the tow hitch. That was heavy. Doing it by yourself. It's a lifted truck, right? So I'm lifting up, trying to do all this. Get the tank swapped out, new lines, like I said. Put gas in it, drive it. My daughter drove it to school and some other events and stuff, so put about 150, 200 miles. Time for gas. I'm going to work, so I was like, let me swing at the old Costco and fill her up. So I pull the gas cap off, and instead of, when your tank is pressurized, it'll blow out. Well, this was, shoo, all I heard was all this air rush in. I was like, well, that was weird. So start to put gas in. I get about less than a tenth. Keep putting gas, and it's like, it's like it's full. So I'm like, what is going on with this thing? And I look down under the tank, and the bottom of the tank is compressed in. So due to vacuum, it's sucked down. Looked up over the top of the gas tank, over the frame rail, and it sucked down. So I'd say 3 to 5 inches from top to bottom. It just sucked in. And I was like, what the heck? So somehow something caused vacuum, right? So I spent the next 10-15 minutes getting 5 gallons of gas into the truck, because it's just a little bit of gas. Put the gas cap back on, fired it up, and as I start to drive away, the truck is just having issues, just not wanting to go. And where I live, I get down to Costco, Costco's in the bottom of the hill. I got to go back up a hill to get this thing home. So I stop and pull the gas cap off, thinking it's a gas cap issue. Drove it without the gas cap, still having the same problem. Gas cap back on, same problem. So I was able to limp it home and try to figure out what's going on. So start troubleshooting the evap canister. And the evap canister, this thing still has the evap system. So the evap canister, there's a purge valve up in the top that you're supposed to vacuum check. And as soon as I put my vacuum gauge on that, it's supposed to hold vacuum for 30 seconds, nothing. And actually it starts sucking gas out of the evap canister. So the evap canister is bad. And with an 80s Chevy GM, evap canisters are unobtainium. So just disconnected that evap canister. I put air pressure into the tank, the new tank, and I was able to expand it back out. Now, how far? It wasn't as far as it should have, but I got a few inches out of it, top and bottom. But then my sending unit stopped working. So I was like, all right, well, I can deal with that. I'll just drive it every 150 miles and put gas in it. So top it off. My daughter drives it a few days, going to school and back. And then one morning, it won't start. Luckily, she was home, just wouldn't start. Sent her off to school in a different car. So disconnect the fuel line, thinking it's a fuel pump, check to see if fuel's going. I got no fuel, and I'm like, what is going on? Why is there no fuel? So I was like, well, the tank did crush, so maybe it messed up the sending unit in the pickup tube. So threw 5 gallons in, boom. Well, I started cranking, gas was shooting out into the bottle, connected back up, fired up, good to go. So that was 100 miles. It did that within 100 miles, 150 miles. So I told my daughter, okay, we can keep driving this. We'll just put gas in every 100 miles. Well, she drove it to school and back a few times, got to school, and then I got the call. I was working on the bug alternator. Hey, Dad, truck's not cranking. Help. So right off the bat, first thing I know, I bring father-in-law brings me 7 gallons because I met over there. Throw 7 gallons in the truck, fires up. And this time, it was only 50 miles of gas used. So that sending unit must be bad. So I've got a brand new sending unit. Trying to weld up the old tank. We'll see if we get that fixed. I still have a little pinhole in that. Went over to Cam's, super mediocre restorations. Used his welder. We were welding it. I was getting a good weld. I was almost done. I blew a hole in the tank, and then we're trying to chase this little pinhole that to fill in. But so I might put the old tank back in if I fix this pinhole, or we'll see if I can't push out the rest of the dents in the new tank I got, and we'll compare the sending units and whatnot. So that's what happened. That's Baker luck, and that's why I started this channel. So all right, next thing we'll do is get into removing the tank